Okay, back to updates. Today during the video, I thought I'd actually do some coloring, so that's what's on the screen right now. This is the Armed Blunderpuss. It is from a 1965 coloring book called Funny Monsters to Color, which sadly is out of print but has been archived online. I've gotten really into coloring just as a relaxation thing, and doing it on the digital. Oh god, I just said on the digital. Doing it digitally is nice because I don't feel like I'm making a mess or making a lot of noise or wasting products. But I do want to reiterate, like, anytime you're practicing art or doing something that's artistic and calming, like, you're not wasting it. I think a lot of people feel that way about makeup too. Like, oh, they don't want to waste the makeup, but it's not wasting if you're practicing. So that's what's going on here. The other thing is I'm going to drop an insert talking about art. Last week, you might have remembered that I got a VHS analog converter and I taped Gerber, Peer Pressure, Overcoming Evil by Doing Good, but it has a segment on it called Benny Brush, which made me feel high, and I don't like, that these are basically indoctrination videos to some degree, especially the Gerbert ones. Some of the others aren't as overt, and they're more about making good choices and this stuff, but then this is very Jesus-focused, except for Benny Brush. It was amazing. Just way to commit to the bit, but also it's in that like early 90s costume. It's not even a green screen. I think he's wearing black on a black background. And here's the insert.
It's art time with Benny Brush.
Hello out there, kids! Once again, it's art time with me, your favorite host and paintbrush, Benny Brush. Hey, you like music? I have to have music when I'm painting, and just the other day, I was working on an art project, and I didn't have a radio, so I didn't have any music, but I wanted it, so I made my own music by making an instrument called a maraca, or a shaker, and you can make it too. Got one right here. See? It's really fun, and it's really easy if you just try it. And all you need is an empty soda pop bottle, all emptied and dried out, and you need some mixed beans or some rice or some birdseed or little pebbles, anything that you can get into that bottle that you can shake it to make a sound with. Don't forget to put the cap back on, and then you can decorate it if you want to. You can see what I did to mine. I put ribbons on it, and I put decorations around it with some tape and some markers. But the main thing is the music. And you just shake it like this, and you say, "Hey, Mom, I can make music." And she says, "What are you doing with those beans in that bottle?" And you say, "I'm a musician, and I wrote a song." Well, my name is Benny, and you are my friend. Shake it up, baby, until it will end. I don't like that song very much. But you can write a better song than I can, I'm sure of it, if you just try it. Hey, gotta go. This is your favorite paintbrush, signing out. Benny.
Okay, so that was Benny. I just love how he's like, I don't like that song very much. It's like, I feel you. It's relatable. But, oh gosh, what else? Oh, tomorrow, 6 at 6 is coming back. It is our first episode. I actually am going to give you guys a little sneak peek of Vera Nazarian, the guest. I did some harmonies for part of her song, just as like a fun kickoff thing. So you guys get the sneak preview if you've watched this.
Eu sei near and far, my heart wants to stay. Eu sei count every star, make no delay. Eu sei throw in the jar, high and a clay. Eu sei
In other news, I want to get a little bit more serious. There was a shooting last Thursday here in Raleigh, North Carolina, where I live. It was on the east side of town, so not necessarily close to where I live, but close to where my brother-in-law lives. He wasn't home at the time, but he, one of the victims, used to work where he works, and it's been tough. I don't know what to say about it all, and I'm still not clear on all the details. Usually in Raleigh, in my county, they release a 5-day report, which gives details, so they don't put out a lot of information other than just, the basics. And obviously the press is allowed to report on whatever they find, but the police report doesn't come out until 5 days, especially for an officer-involved shooting, which this technically was, since one of the victims was an off-duty police officer on his way to his shift. So but it's hard. I've had friends die via gun deaths by suicide gun deaths, and it's hard. And I know that there are mass shootings all over the place, and this one didn't make me feel particularly unsafe in the sense that it was in Raleigh and near things, but it wasn't. Raleigh's pretty big. Going from South Raleigh to North Raleigh is 45 minutes, so there's a lot of sprawl. So, I don't feel necessarily unsafe, but I am upset. This was another young man. I think he's a minor. I think he's just 15. So, it's sad. That kid's life, let alone, is God knows what he had going on. And then the 5 people that were killed, it's senseless. The amount of gun violence is senseless, and so much of it has to do with proliferation, and that carrying has become such a political issue. I don't necessarily oppose guns, especially guns for sport, but I just feel like it's hard for me to reconcile guns for protection in most cases. I'm not saying that I don't think I'm not a no guns at all person, and there are some people that do feel safer with being armed. I have a friend who has a gun permit who is trans, and she says she feels, especially traveling in rural North Carolina, feels safer having that kind of backup. And it's I'm not gonna get into some of that, but I think that the proliferation and ease of access to assault weapons, in this case it was a shotgun, I think, but either way, it's why are 15-year-olds having access to these things without supervision or without being in did he just walk out? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but it's upsetting that this just happens. I think I was reading it was what number mass shooting this was for North Carolina, but I don't have a lot of thoughts. I'm upset in a lot of ways about it. So other than that, I think that covers most of it. Like I said, 6 at 6 starts off tomorrow, and I just hope everybody stays safe out there, and I will talk to you soon.
Time for Kid Bits.